Cool. Hi guys. Basically what I'm looking at right now is PHP MyAdmin, and that's the administrative console that almost everybody uses for PHP and MySQL database management. And we're going to be using this a lot in terms of analyzing data metrics. So here you can see the names of the users and certain attributes, and you see a bunch of columns that describe who this user is. This is the user table actually, and if you have questions about certain columns and what they do or whatnot, you should definitely give me or Lyle a question, and we'll do our best to answer exactly what these little attributes do. So before we get started, we need to do a bunch of things, and the first thing is set up our local environment. So this is MAMP. MAMP is my Apache, MySQL, and PHP, and basically it's a stack used for local development. And so basically these platforms are used to develop locally as opposed to on the live server, because developing on the live server is dangerous. Here's the WAMP server. WAMP server is just basically MAMP for Windows. I use WAMP for Windows, and I use MAMP for Mac. I have both a Mac and a Windows computer, so whatever you see fit, go ahead and use it. So the real question we have to answer right now is how are we going to import this huge database? Because our database is fairly large, and when we're managing it, we have to be very careful. And the way we're going to do that is by executing this command, mysql-u, and then root is my user or whatever your username is, and then -p, the database name, which is Steve_update, and then the path to the file. That is the database we're trying to import. You see, mine is actually an import.sql. Now, normally you wouldn't be able to just execute the MySQL command because it's not there actually at the beginning. You have to adjust something called the path variable. And you see what I'm doing right now is I'm typing out the actual path to the MySQL file. Now, this might not actually be accurate, but the path you can just link the path to execute the MySQL command, and you can just type the rest of it in, -u root -p Steve_update, and then the less than sign, and then the path to the database. So if you're lazy and don't really want to set up the path variable, you can go ahead and do that. So what is the path variable? Let's go over that really quickly. The path variable is just basically where your computer looks to execute certain commands. So things like cd, change directory, or ls, list files. That's all within the path variable, and that's how the computer knows that if you launch a command from your terminal or your command line right away, that it searches for these applications. CD is an application, dir is an application, ls is an application. So let me go ahead and show you how I did it on Windows. So I went to System, I went to Advanced System Settings, I changed the environment variables, and I look down here, and then you can see the path over here. I just press edit, and you can see I put down the location of where that actual application is. It's actually in C WAMP bin MySQL 5.6.17 bin, and then once I set that up, I could launch all the applications that are within MySQL without having to type out the full path to the file. And so that's what the path variable really does. It's really incredibly useful, and it's a very important concept that you guys should all know. But once you have this all set up, basically what you have is local development environment, and we will be using this in the future. And as you can see, if I type in localhost, the WAMP server will detect it, and it will bring me to this page. You can see I have a couple projects that I'm currently developing called log hours, which is cool. And